Oh, did it work? Wow, it's incredible. This mobile sucks. Wish I never got it. I think the problem is, of course, now that I have used so much time of actually getting all the applications over to it, it will be a pain to get things back to my old mobile, which is my reserve mobile, which is my, well, it's my old Frankenstein mobile. But yeah, of course I couldn't. I just wanted another one of my old mobiles because they're still the best mobile there was on the market, even with its shortcomings. But because of the corona and all that, because it wasn't sold in Denmark, they didn't want to send it to me. Then I ordered this one that I'm recording in regards of now, which sucks really. Expensive, and it sucks, and it breaks so easily. But anyway, and I'm banned from their forum as well, so that doesn't make it easier. And most of them speak Germans. That's another issue and all that. It's what did it? I think it took me a week or something like that. Then the screen broke. I dropped it from, I think, like this from the floor. I was sitting on my toilet, and I just wanted to lay it on the floor. So, clearly sitting on the toilet that's not that far away from the floor. But I dropped it like this way, reaching out to the floor, and then it dropped the last bit, and I never thought really anything of it, because so such a minor drop, oh well, that's just a small thing, I had the other mobile for nearly 4 years, and the screen was pretty much as new when it was, the problem was that the glue on it, the glue fell off, the glass fell off more and more because the glue didn't last anymore. But the screen overall was, fine. It just that the glass was detaching. So I have to have a new phone. It's a little hard, and I don't want to buy a phone that I can't change battery with. And of course the old phone I can actually charge the batteries outside the mobile. You don't need a quick charge or anything like that. You just need a charger. It's just disgusting, this bullshit that is going on in the world. We don't need fast chargers. We just need to be able to change the batteries and a good sized battery, and we don't need all that nonsense. It takes like what to flip a battery? 10 seconds or something like that. Quick, get it out, get it in, bang, right? And if you have the phone in when it's, when you go to sleep or something like that. But not this, not anymore, because they have done all this bullshit. The new phone I have here, the battery just totally is sucked dry so quickly, and I can't, I have 4 batteries for it. There's no bigger batteries that I can get for this mobile because it's not that known, this mobile, and the firm itself is not that known, thereby it would understand why no one would actually want to, use too much energy actually making a bigger battery. But, at least they could have fixed like a charger for the battery or something like that. So, on this Shift 6 MQ, of course now in regards to the corona nonsense that is settled a little down, you should be able to order a mobile. I should have tried again the variant, which of course also makes issues, because this is one of these, another bullshit move of theirs to have different models with different systems to make even more problems for the users. And they do it on purpose. It's just diabolical bullshit. It's not helping the user at all. And it's clearly on purpose. Now, the same thing with the light bulbs, when they only wanted to make them last for produce more light bulbs, and of course that would be meaning more trash overall. But hey, let's give the people the fault for all these things, when it's because of design absolution, design breaking by design. But we have a problem in regards to the environment and all that, so the people need to be better at blah 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 blah, so the people can be kept occupied by bullshit while it's actually just blowing to the sustainable. And let's actually get to one of the other camera. I have two camera programs because one camera program works one direction and the other camera works the other direction. I don't know why this is so, but I'm not even sure. Can't I change it? There we go. Oh yeah, new icon, I guess, which kind of a weird icon that they now fixed. What? Okay, so that icon just doesn't totally, Anyway, we'll see if it wanna come on at some point. It should go. Oh yeah, by the way, I probably need to. Yeah, we have a problem here. I need to switch this to 4G. There we go. My bad, I don't like running 4G because of the radiation. But it should be more fluently now. So, my other channel has now gotten 2 strikes for false information on vaccines. So they've deleted those. I just got the first one was a warning, then the first strike, and the second strike was in regards of hate speech, in regards of my song that I was making on the mobile. I think it must have been while I was sitting and doing the thing while fixing my thing. Apparently they fixed that for apparently there's do recorder thing on it. Why is that on? Turning itself on automatically. You gotta be kidding me. It's just terrible, when it turns, and I've seen it before, where it just, it just turned itself on. This is something that the program just does automatically, turn itself on. I've tried it multiple times. It's just one of these disgusting things that, hey, maybe the user just wanna have this dual recorder thing on and all that, so. Yeah, well, I did turn it off, didn't I? Yeah, so you think I want it? Nope. But, doesn't matter, who cares about the user, let's just force it on the user. This has happened multiple times, so it's not a surprise to see it again. It's just disgusting. So now you can see this dual recorder, and that seems to be hard to then see my own. Well, you can see my own still just underneath it. But live dual recorder, Jesus God, Pope 66, but yeah, this is our days technology and software and all that, where things does everything that you do not want on purpose, and have full of spyware and all these nonsense things and all that. Anyway, this this Shift 6 MQ that I've now gotten, I've gotten it a good amount, and I have rooted it and all that, which is also one of these things that is hard to do. And then of course, in regards of being banned from the forum, it's a little hard to get the files, because you need to be a member of the forum to be able to download the files that is on the forum, which is another bullshit move. And of course, being on the forum, you're not allowed to point to other, you know, other places with help for the user. You know, looking into problems here and there, finding things and all that, fixing the links on the forum. Why? Because of helping each other, right? Yeah, now you're not allowed to do that. Oh. Yeah, okay. What has, you know, it's just totally bullshit, all these things. We can't share things with each other. Yeah, give me a break, you know. Anyway, I was banned from the forum. Well, I guess I've been banned twice. No, 3 times actually, I think. I made some new accounts and all that, and you know, because I do need to be able to root the phone, because there's no, you know, easy rooting, and that of course should have been out of the box. You should have, you know, the same thing with the LG V20, which is still my absolute most favorite phone. It's absolutely the best phone that is out there. If I had known how many issues I would have had with this one, I wouldn't have bought a new mobile. You know, well, I would have tried a little more to actually just get an LG V20, you know, instead of this one. But the thing is, I couldn't get the LG V20 because of all the corona nonsense. And I thought, okay, I need a new mobile, because this one is not going to last. You know, it's just breaking apart, totally breaking apart. And you know, it's nearly 4 years that I, you know, used it daily and all that. It has lasted pretty good, I think. But of course, the camera lens had also jumped off. That was again some glue problem. Well, the lens has jumped off, and the camera had, you know, was broken and all that, and became broken because there was no glass. But when I got the new phone and tried to root that, and I found out that actually my old one, when I got that rooted as well, I found out that that was actually more stable than the other one, and I ended up making a Frankenstein phone pretty much with the old motherboard in the new, you know, but the new screen and all that. And I had some new glass and this and that I used for it as well. But yeah, so it became like a Frankenstein phone and rooted, although again, a little slower again when it's rooted, a little more problems when you root the phones, which is one of these things that is just nonsense. Well, it actually seems to have changed the camera in the right direction. Wow! Have they actually sorted that out? Let's try that again. That was one of these things I complained about and said, you know, this is, you know, why is it not turning around? But I think they've, you know, sorted out. As you can see, there's something in regards to the image up to the right. I don't know what that's about. You know, taking a photo and it makes this, I don't know. But it actually seems like it actually is turning around. So if it actually turns around, I will only need one camera software, so I, you know, don't need to have one camera and this camera and that camera and all that, and be totally confused by everything. So, of course, this camera also has 2 front cameras, which only one of them works. And they still haven't gotten the second camera to work, which is kind of not good either. Yeah, it seems to be working. That's nice. That's nice they have gotten that to work. They also have the XFAT gotten that to work as well. So of course it takes still a day, you know, or you know, I've wasted much time because it takes so long for moving files from this to that. And of course this is an old computer I've gotten for free. That is like 10 years old or something like that. But hey, you know, I don't have that many resources and. But yeah, it takes a long time to move things and all that, and so you know, when I first got it, you know, and did want to format my micro SD card, you know, because it only could do FAT32, and I was like, oh, give me a break. So I had to move things here and there, lots of gigabytes, you know, took ages, you know, well, it took days pretty much. Of course, you need to move it, then you need to empty it, you need to fix the new, format, and then you need to move things back. But of course, FAT32 can't handle files over 4 gigabytes, so there you get into another problem. Yeah, it's all insanity, but at least now they fixed the exFAT now, so I've used a day or two or something like that to move the files over to the hard drive, move them back and so forth, fix the card and move it back, and yeah, well, now it's done at least. So far so good. So that's good. Anyway, I have my web page as well that I'm looking into. I'm changing my domain from JesusIsGodAlmighty.life onto JesusGods and a line, which I can't remember, hyphen. It's called something else. In Danish, you actually have like a dividing line, I think they call it as well, which is actually a pretty good word because I do use it as a dividing line. So you have Jesus God, dividing line, or hyphen, and then Pope 666 and .info in regards of information. I also have the other domain .truth on another host, which I don't have any hosting on, so I don't know if it works, and I haven't really looked into it yet, but I do have the domain until the company goes down, so I have that forever. But it is one of these domains that is it's one of these, you have to be on a DNS thing, so it should be harder for them to close your website. So if the police close your website, as they can apparently clearly do, because they did it with BitChute, which are still awaiting a response from PET in regard to this, which is the Danish intelligence service working for the so-called Queen, which is in the position of the king in Denmark. Of course, she's just working for the papacy. But in any case, yeah, it's wonderful to see it actually working now. I can actually turn the camera around. I don't know, maybe it's the update. I've updated the mobile, which also was another problem, by the way. Wow. I installed the beta mode or beta version because I needed to. There was something I need to fix out or something like that. So I needed to install the beta, a newer version. There was something, I can't remember what it was. So that was some kind of problem, and I ended up installing the beta version, getting it rooted and all that. I can't remember what was the problem, but then again, I was expecting an update, right? And I was like 3 or 4 months, and there's still no update, and I'm like, oh yeah, this beta there was like horrible as well in regards of, I guess this version still have issues, but so I found out that apparently the stable version, you can't just update the beta version to the stable version. Apparently it's two different things, two different. So I had to do that manually, downloading the file, and and they seem to actually have made that pretty easy, that you can do it directly from the mobile. So that was pretty good. But in regards of rooting the device, you need to get into the forum because you need specific files that is already. Well, I guess you could probably maybe do it yourself in regards of, if you have the image, you then need the program, open it up, you need that specific file, and then you need to use Magis to fix the boot, I think the boot image or something like that, and then you could fix it yourself. You need to fix it over to the boot image, or I think it's the boot anyway. So I guess I could actually do it myself without logging into the forum. Actually, it might be as fast as the other one. I'm not sure. The problem, of course, is if you're not rooted, I'm not sure you can actually make the. But yeah, maybe you can. I can't remember. Yeah, maybe you can, and then yeah, I guess I will need to try to do that next time if it's unroot the system again after an update. which is kind of tedious if it actually does that every single time you update. I'm not sure if it's just because of the beta to full version, I don't know. But I think it's tedious overall because you do use some hours to get into, and you need to remember how to do it again. And when you're overloaded with information, it's just you use so much time to get into things again. Every time I look into things, you know, coffee, a little coffee, you know, I have to relearn things because I just can't remember it. It just goes out the window while, you know, I have too much on my brain. I've way overused my brain. Anyway, it's nice to see it's actually working. Very nice to see it's actually working with the camera now. That takes one thing away, you know. Wonderful. That's good. Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, so in regards to this Shift phone, I got it. It broke, I think, around a week or something like that I've gotten it. So I didn't really get on using it. I had to send it back to Germany. They fixed the new screen, and you know it was, you know, the thing is, it was not the Gorilla Glass that, you know, is to protect it. It was the screen itself that totally broke, you know, so it was totally unusable. And so I sent it back to Germany, which is again also expensive in regards of knowing, you know, seeing where it is and all that, because you don't want to lose it, of course. And they fixed the new screen and the Gorilla Glass and all that. So I got it back, and I found out there was a pixel issue. Now I'm not sure if the pixel issue was there from the very beginning or it just came. So I think I don't think it's their fault, you know. As far as I recall, the pixel was not totally at the beginning, but it might have been. But the thing is, it's not always visible to see the pixel issue in regards to this green little spot. If you do not know where it is, and you don't have the right, you know, it's specific, you know, I can see it's just right there in the middle of the screen, just in the middle of the screen, there's this green pixel. But it can be, you know, when you first notice it, you can just see it, you know. But you know, it can be a little hard to spot if you don't, you know. But it's absolutely. And I was like, okay, this is an expensive phone, and there's a pixel issue in the middle of the screen. I just just broke by just a small, you know. And I was like, okay, so how easy is it actually to break, you know? You know, if that's the only thing that needs to break the phone, you know, that's just kind of sad. But I have dropped it a couple of times, and it has held better this time, but not that much, because I dropped it from around a meter, and I do have protection plastic silicone cover around it, so it shouldn't really be a problem. You know, it's protected from all angles, you would think, you know, having this silicone thing, and it doesn't really go in and push the screen or anything like that, because the silicone is upward. So